Hi, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Enjoy. Today's video is going to be a glass ornament using some of our Stampin' Up items. So what I have here is a glass ball. You can probably use the plastic ones, but I prefer the glass. I'm using the Frosted Foliage set from the new holiday catalog. I'm also going to be using some new Ice Stampin Glitter, along with some other Stampin' Up products. So the first thing you want to do, doing the ornament, just going to set that over here, is you're going to take a piece of tissue paper. It doesn't have to be totally flat. It can be a little crinkly, as you're going to be placing that onto the Christmas bulb. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the snowflakes from that Frosted Foliage. I'm just going to stamp a few, and I like to use Night of Navy. You can do light and dark if you'd like. And let's stamp one off, just have a lighter one. So I'm just stamping a few of them on here. I probably don't need all of them, but I'd rather have more to start with. Put that over here. And then I'm just going to cut these out as close to the image as I can. So we're just going to cut off these. You can use any stamp set that you'd like. I tend to use the snowflakes. I just love the way the snowflakes look on this, especially with the Stampin' Ice glitter. And these items are in the catalog, the annual catalog. If you don't have a catalog, just contact me, Stampersdelight.com, and I'll get you out one. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. If you'd like more information on being part of Stampin' Up and my awesome team members, just let me know. So I'm just going to cut off a couple more of these. You see, I'm not doing it perfect, but I do want to get as close to the image as I can. I also hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have over 150 videos out there now, I think. I haven't counted them all. I just enjoy doing these so much. I do Facebook Live videos too, twice a week. I do upload those to YouTube also. But if you're on Facebook, look me up, Rose Ward, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator. So I think we'll leave the last one over here. I don't think we'll need that one. These are great projects you could do with your kids too, or your grandchildren. With kids, I might say use the plastic ornament. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take that little piece out. Be very careful when you're using the glass, because obviously it is glass. I'm going to open my Mod Podge. That's what you want to use. And with one of these brushes that you can get from the craft store, I'm going to just stick my finger in here and very gently just coat this all the way around. You might get a little glue on your hands, but you don't want to put a lot of glue on it because you want it to dry. The first coat you want thin so it dries rather quickly to hold your tissue paper in place. So you see, I'm just doing a quick coat all over. This was actually something I did years ago with my stamping classes. And at my retreat last weekend, somebody asked me if I would do a video on it because they wanted to do it. And I said, you know what? We haven't done it in a while, so let's do that. So then I'm just gently laying this down. Now, the ink will get darker when you put more Mod Podge over it. You see, I'm just patting it down, trying to get all the little bumps and creases out of it. A lay this over here, put this one maybe right here. And again, I just have a thin coat on here to hold it down. I always like to place one on the bottom in the beginning too, so I kind of have a idea of where my other ones are going to go. It's already starting to dry, which is okay, because I'm going to be putting more Mod Podge on it. Okay, let's see. Got the next one. Maybe this one I'll put right here. Just pressing that down. That one needs a little more Mod Podge, but we'll do that in a minute. And then the last one will go right here. Once you have them right where you want them, you're going to again take your Mod Podge and your brush, and what I do so that it doesn't run is I pat it. Just gently pat it down. Now I'm doing it a little bit thicker so that it stays in place. And it's okay that you can see the glue because that's going to actually dry clear. I just want to get all those pieces down. And you can use your finger to press it down too, like that. So you're coating it all over again. Our color, some of our colors do run a little bit. That's why I'm saying just gently pat it. Okay, let's see. I got one more here to put some glue on there. Okay, so I have it on all of the tissue paper, pressed it down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back around with a thin coat, pat it all over again, but also getting where the tissue paper is not, right on the glass. Patting it. This would go great with our snowman set. I've also done a lot of them with the snowman, different snowman set, and the new one that we have would go great too. I think it feels like snow. Feels like winter. I don't have the set in front of me. Okay, so I'm patting that all over. Now once I get it all coated, I'm going to bring in my tray. I got this in the dollar store years ago, and my Stampin' Glitter ice. And you're just going to coat the whole thing. Don't worry about putting too much on. The ones that don't stay on are going to go right back in the tray, and we'll be reusing those. So just glitter, glitter, glitter. I like to get a little in the bottom and just roll that so the bottom gets it. Just go around. Now, what's going to happen next is you're going to let this dry. If you see a spot that doesn't have, like that didn't have enough glue, so I can go back in and just tap it. And then just roll this back in there. So you can see that all the glitter is on there, but I'm not sure that I might have missed a spot or not. So I'm gonna put that aside and let it dry. To let it dry, what I do is I take a little cup And if you have any of these empty containers, they work great too. But because this is going to go all right back in here so I can use it for another project, I'm just going to set it in this little cup right here. Just like that. And I'm going to let it dry. I usually like to let it dry overnight to make sure it's totally dry. And then after that, when I bring it back in, it's going to look like this. See, you've got the light and the dark snowflakes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our polka dotted tulle ribbon. I've already cut a piece off. And I'm just going to take a piece of this and tie it around the top here. This is probably the thing that takes the longest. I'm just going to tie that. There we go. Push that down. Don't even have to glue that in place. I'm just going to tie that right there. I love this ribbon for any project. Play with that a little bit, and then maybe just cut a little bit of that off. I like the ribbon a little bit longer on an ornament so you can see, and you can play around with your bow and get it perfect if you like. There we go. That side I'm just not happy with yet. There. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in a piece of our new Seaside spray shimmer ribbon, and I'm going to bring that in and cut a piece of that off. You don't really have to measure it, but I just put a nice long piece on there. Bring it through here. This is what's going to go onto the tree. Just tie it right here in a knot. It's nice so far, right? Then, just set this right here for a second. I have a piece of shimmery white, which I've cut with our timeless tag punch. And again, with the Frosted Foliage. Wishing you a season full of family, friends, and happiness. You can give this as a gift for Christmas. Let me move this out of the way. Again, I'm using Night of Navy. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that right here. I'm going to take I have a small hole punch that we used to sell. Any hole punch would do. I'm going to put a little punch right there. I'm going to take a piece of our white baker's twine. Loop that through. And then I'm going to put it right through. Let me bring that back in. I'm going to put it right through that same top of the ornament. Make sure I get this the way I want it. There we go. Just tie this. These make nice gifts, and if you do craft fairs, these are a top seller at my craft fairs. Just gonna tie that in a knot first, and then tie it in another little bow. This one I want a little bit smaller. I'm just going to play around with that just a tad. What a great gift. Just cut that off right there. And another piece right here. And then you can just play around with it to how you want it. And there you have a glass ornament. For anybody's tree. They would love to get this, I'm sure. And if you don't like the tails of the ribbon being that long, you can cut them off. But there you have it. Stamping on a glass ornament with our Stamping Ice Glitter. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back on YouTube with some more videos in the coming weeks. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in. Stampersdelight.com. Bye. Happy stamping.